changes to what we fed our dogs at home, and did a more natural feeding style, we noticed changes almost immediately in adding supplements to their food. So that's kind of where we got started, and we just said, hey, let's just make our own dog treats, and maybe people will like it. So we started with little samples with our coworkers and our family members, and they kind of gave us some feedback, and we just said, run with it. You never know.
Hello, everyone. It's close to the end of season 3, and it's very cool. I'm learning that all my podcast creators in the Twitter group own pets. Of course, everyone listening that knows me, that know that I'm a dog lover with Chili and Pepper. Now, the Twitter group asked for a picture the other day. They was listening to one of the old sessions, and I had to send a picture. And it's crazy because Pepper is the newest one. She's the little one. She's very feisty. I think we think something's a little wrong with her, but we love her. But we keep her in a cage because we can't train her for some reason to use it. So she goes everywhere. So she only comes out, and Chili's very old. So Chili doesn't like to play, and Pepper plays all day. And Chili is kind of grumpy. So, but anyways, my son, they get up early around 6 a.m. and I'm up at 5 a.m. to take the dogs out. So when they take them out and they come up, I used to give them a snack when they come up. So this last month, I've been real busy. And when they finish, I haven't been able to give them a snack. So they make noise. So when they're done in the morning, the kids going to, they're like, what's wrong with the dogs? I'm like, you know what it is? They're not getting their snacks when they come in the morning. They're used to me giving it to them. So now when I hear them make the noise, I know my sons, before they left school, didn't give them snacks, and I go and give them extra snacks now. So, and speaking of the snacks with the dogs, I'm long overdue for the pet store, and my guest today understands that, and that's why they created Pawfect Barkery in 2020 to provide healthy options for all dogs to enjoy. Now, this ranges from treats, dog treats, cakes, dog cupcakes, and cookie sets. And this is all for your 4-legged family members. Yes. And guess what? Shipping is available. I know how you guys love to shop online. Let's welcome Shirley Garcia, owner of Pawfect Barkery. Shirley, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Oh, man, had to. It's been a while. This was, I think, last year we met at the Bulldog Derby.
Yes.
Through Christine, yes. And I met Shirley at the Bulldog Derby, actually. I hosted. And these was like so many pop-up venues of these small business owners that have these wonderful services for dogs and everything. And Shirley was one on the list that had this just beautiful setup. So Shirley, let everybody know, what do you do?
Well, thank you again for having me. So
You're
my
welcome.
husband and I started Pawfect Dog Barkery in 2020. We have 4 dogs ourselves, so we're always busy with running after the dogs. But we had our fair share of health concerns, lots of vet visits, and there wasn't medication that was helping. The vet recommended changing foods, and food changes weren't helping. So once we started making our own nutritional changes to what we fed our dogs at home, and did a more natural feeding style, we noticed changes almost immediately in adding supplements to their food. So that's kind of where we got started, and we just said, hey, let's just make our own dog treats, and maybe people will like it. So we started with little samples with our coworkers and our family members, and they kind of gave us some feedback, and we just said, run with it. You never know if it's going to work or not, but at least try, and here we are 2 years later.
I love it. That's a beautiful story. Now, I love the pilot too, testing with the family members and everything. So who's the chef in the family that comes up with all these recipes or the ideas?
Yeah. So I would have to say I'm probably more of the chef, as in putting mixing things together and saying, hey, let's mix this or let's try this. But my husband is definitely just as much of a baker as I am. I mean, we both work hard to pump out all these treats for everyone, so it's a team effort for sure.
Yeah, I can imagine it's high demand. One thing before we get in deep to about your website, which is I love websites. One thing I love about podcasting is I get to see a variety of websites from all different angles, all different small business owners, entrepreneurs, that do different things. And I get to see, little things that people do like, oh wow, that's
Yeah.
nice. That's nice that you'll think that I know, but I don't. And it's real cool. And I love the research. And I wanted to give you roses. I have in my notes too. I'm like, man, give her
Oh,
roses. Cause I do a lot of small business that's in the dog
mhm.
industry, but with your website, you offered a gift card. I'm like, dude, she has a gift card. That was like the first thing, because when you're sitting here, you're thinking about your dogs, but then you automatically think about your
Yeah.
cousins or your friend's dog. Like, oh, I wonder if they will. So you don't know what their dog's like. It's not like kids. Sometimes it's,
Right.
you got to really be personal to know the dog's,
Right.
appetite. So that you can't lose with the gift card. That was
Thank
smart. Yes, so I wanted to let you know
thank
that. Yes.
it.
Oh man. So now the top 3 seller treats, let me know. What's your top 3 selling
Yeah, so
treats?
we recently made a post about it too. Our three most popular right now would be our salmon puffs. And those are popular because
Mm,
they don't contain wheat flour. We actually make them with coconut flour. So there's a lot of, breeds that are sensitive to wheat, especially Frenchies, sometimes bulldogs. So this is a good option for those breeds that you can't really necessarily find easily just at a regular pet store. Our second one would be our blueberry bites. They're small size bites, which we originally made for training purposes. If you're constantly training your dog, you need something small and
mm,
tiny. But we found that a lot
mm.
of small dogs, who have small mouths or just don't like big bites of food, they're really enjoying those. So those are also popular. And then our chicken jerky is our chicken breast that we bake and dehydrate. And of course, most dogs love chicken, so they can't go wrong with that.
Yes. Yes, you can't go wrong. And this is so nice too. And then I see you have banana paws. And then it's funny because you know how you know your dog and you know how picky like ours are real
Yeah.
picky. Like Chili, she's the oldest. And it's funny because they have their own two bowls, but they share it to each one. They do funny stuff. They're like humans almost, but Chili's almost
Yeah.
petty. So when we buy certain dog foods, you know how it has the meats
Mhm.
in there. Chili picks it out the good stuff and leaves the grains and barley for Pepper that she comes behind and eat. So it's funny. Do you guys do dog food too? Healthy dog food? Are you thinking about doing dog
we
food?
we have thought about it, and we've had people
Mm-hmm.
ask about it. They want us to do it. It's definitely something we would want to do along the road, but it does require more restrictions or just uh,
Right.
I would say health clearance. All of
Okay.
that, just because it is food. So yeah, and it is very specific to pets. So what we want to start off with first would be making toppers that you can add to the food you already
Mm,
make for your or you already feed your pet. So let's say a lot of people
right.
buy kibble bags of food, and their dogs won't eat it. If there's a topper that they
Right.
like, let's say they like turkey, you can add some fresh turkey on top, and then they'll eat their food, so it doesn't go to waste. So I think we'd want something
Wow.
like that first and then move our way up.
I like that, and then it's funny that you said that because both of mine are smaller
Mhm.
dogs, and we get the kibbles though, but I have to get them is the kibbles and bits though because we went through every one. The pedigree they don't
Mhm.
like. There's another one they only like the kibbles and bits, and it's only because the meat pieces are some pieces that they put in there. So it's the only one that I get. So,
Yeah.
but the topper sometimes, because we're guilty of feeding them table food
Yeah.
too. So they hang around, we feed them. So sometimes we just want them to eat their food. The topper, we haven't found the topper because the kibbled food is good, but what we notice is when we get like the wet
Yeah.
food, like the processed name brand, it messes with their bowel
Mm.
movement or their stomach. So that's why we knew then, like, yeah, we have to get something healthy for a topper. In case, or we have to either just mix in, regular, like the broth, like
Yeah.
you said, or a little rice or something in there that they can eat
Yeah.
it with. So that would be cool if you could come. You guys are on your job by understanding your audience.
Yeah, I mean, for there's controversy as every pet parent, just like with kids, they have their way of caring for their pet. We personally switched to homemade food, so we do make our own food for our dogs. There is prepackaged natural food that you can also feed them. So some
Mm,
dogs just don't do well with dry kibbled food. So there are options
right.
out there for people who do want to make homemade food. Just Food for Dogs actually sells like a DIY where they provide you
Hmm.
the ingredients list. You go to the grocery store, you buy it all, and then you make it at home. And it's a more
Wow.
affordable option than buying their prepackaged bags because, like in my case, I have 4 dogs. I can't spend that much. So it's
Right.
cheaper to do it myself at home and then add supplements or, just adding
Right.
fresh fruit or fresh vegetables to the kibble food, or like you said, broth to kibble. Because a lot of the problems is dry kibble food is really dry and the dogs don't like it because there's no substance there.
Right.
So even making it wet again, adding moisture to it with some beef broth or chicken broth goes a long way.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Good stuff. I love that you have cakes. I remember we used to be, I've always had dogs, but we were the type of like, who would throw a birthday for their dog? But as you get
Yeah.
older and your pet becomes your emotional stability, you're getting the
Yeah.
party. I love you guys have cakes. Now, what is the top sellers for your cakes?
Well, we offer 3 different flavors. I would say it's a tie between pumpkin and banana, which both have peanut butter. We do offer a nut-free option, and that actually came up about with some of my friends who are allergic to nuts, so they couldn't feed or be
Mm,
around any peanut butter. And
mm.
so there are some dogs that are also allergic to peanut butter. So we do offer an option that's nut free. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's different toppings to choose from. We did the cakes because we would drive 45 minutes to the nearest bakery for our dog cakes. So we said,
Wow.
hey, let's just make our own.
That's right. Yes, I love it. I love where you're at, and for you being for 2 years in, um, everything's professional. The website's professional. This is something that's needed. And I'm glad you guys are doing this, thinking about the little doggies, in their stomachs too, because that is important. Now, of course, with the food, I believe in 2 more years you're gonna be like, "Hey, we're doing food now." You are.
But
Watch. Now, I love the merch. The merch was real good because we saw the blanket and we was like, Pepper will love
oh
the
yeah,
blanket because Pepper eats
oh
shoes up, and she loves toys, but she loves shoes for some reason, and she has her same four. I think there's like 4 different
yeah,
pairs that she switches off
oh
on. But we were just thinking like, cool, it'd be cool if she had toys
yeah,
too. So something else to put in the pie. Get some toys you
yeah,
make, in there. I'm sure they'll eat that up
yeah.
also. But yeah, that is nice. Now, I was reading through your story, and you guys did start in
Mhm.
2020. Now, was this during the pandemic time, or like a little after, or when was it around? The same
Yeah,
time.
so it was in July actually. So the pandemic started about March, I think, like March.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we started at the end of July. So it wasn't too far after COVID started, and everyone was still in total lockdown, couldn't go anywhere. Like most people, we were trying to find things to do, and it actually also. We not to get too personal, but we had to cancel our
Right.
wedding because of COVID. So
Aw.
I was, being the bride, I was like, oh, I'm so sad
Aw,
and I need to keep my mind off it. So this was a really good
right,
outlet for me. It started to keep me busy in something that I loved. I love my dogs. I love people's dogs. So
right.
it was just a perfect fit for us.
That's right.
And yeah, now it keeps us extra busy where we don't sleep.
Now that's a nice fairy tale right there. A true fairy
Yeah.
tale.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you guys rescheduled, right? So we
Yeah,
rescheduled.
we rescheduled, just postponed. Thankfully, we were able to have our wedding last year. So yeah,
Congrats,
and
congrats,
the wedding. So
congratulations.
full. Oh, actually, now that we're talking about it, our dog treats were our wedding favors. Yeah,
What?
usually favors, it's like you take it home, but you don't really do anything with it. And so we were like, hey,
Right,
most of our friends have dogs or they know someone that has a dog.
right.
So why don't we just offer we did little boxes of our treats for our neighbors. Yeah. That,
That's what I'm talking
yeah.
about. Man, now that's nice. That's nice
Yeah.
right there. Oh man, this is see now that worked out for you. The pandemic came, it helped out a lot. I actually started my business here during the
Oh,
pandemic, so it worked out for you. You got the 4 dogs still. You kept the man, you got him, and you guys got this thriving
yeah.
business. So it's all ups for you guys. You guys are doing good. You guys got to check them out, Pawfect Barkery. And I love your social media content. It's all professional. I love how you involve your
Thank
clients.
you.
Let us know your social media handles so the audience can check you guys out and your
Yeah,
website.
so we're on Instagram. It's our main platform. It's at Pawfect Dog Barkery. And you can also find us online on our website is www.pawfectdogbarkery.com. We take orders on our website, but you can always check out our Instagram, see what we offer, our highlights, kind of highlight different designs that we do and things we offer. So those are our two main platforms right now.
Yes, yes, and they are beautiful. So, you guys have any pop-ups or what's the latest one you
Yeah,
done?
so we do pop-ups. We're located in Southern California. We do sometimes travel, which is where we met Coyal, in Vegas. But most of our pop-ups are in Southern California. Right now, we have two coming up tomorrow. We have one in Tustin, California, and it's going to have a pet costume contest. So if you are from the area, come on out. And Sunday, we have our 562 flea, which is we've been doing since we started. They're very much more of the vintage side, but they're great. And this will be on Sunday in Long Beach.
Nice, nice. And I know you guys usually post on your social media events ahead of time where you guys going to be
Yeah,
at. So if you guys could check out their Instagram, you can see their schedule because they post ahead of where they're going to
yeah.
be at.
We do
Yes,
monthly
this is
calendars,
beautiful.
so everyone will know where we're at. Mm-hmm.
Yes, all right. So yeah, just get on there, order treats. I'm getting treats too. So before we let you go, Shirley, we're gonna see which one you like, either this or that.
All right.
Okay. So the first one, which is Shirley, this or that. If you have to choose for a new dog to add to the 4 that you already have, but they only gave you 2 options, either a guard dog for a Great Dane or a Labrador Retriever, which would you
Oh
choose?
man. I think I'm gonna go with the Labrador Retriever just because they tend to live longer and I want my dog to live long.
Good choice. But they both eat up, like we was mentioning
Oh,
with food. I know you. We go through that with the small ones. Like, dude, didn't I just buy a bag? I could have sworn I just bought that
oh, I
bag.
would need to buy like 3 times the size of the bowls I have now.
Oh, that's right. So now, this next one, if you do you do it yourself, groom the dogs, or do you guys have a groom shop you frequent?
So we do have a groomer. Her name is Priscilla. She has her own business and she's her own grooming. She has her own mobile grooming. Um, we do
Cool.
mostly groom at home again because it's a money saver. So my husband
Right.
will do
Right.
the in between months, and then when they're due for like holidays and birthdays, then we call our groomer. Yeah.
That's right. Right. Yeah. We get ours too cut too. We go to a groomer. We go to Groomingdale's out here in Las
Okay.
Vegas. They used to be 45 each. Now it's
Hmm.
50. We've been going there for a while, but it's a real nice, but that's like the cheapest
Yeah.
too, so it's 100. Yeah. So like that, and that's still expensive for us. Like, dude, but they do a real good job. So once you go to one, it's like family too, it's like the kids going to get them to get haircuts. You don't just take them to any
Right.
barber.
Yeah. You
Right.
yeah.
That's right. Now, the last one now, is your dog for sure prone to get table food from your plate or your kisses?
Oh. Ah.
Huh?
I'd say kisses just because they already get homemade food, so it's not big of a difference.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
But
That's right.
my
Yes.
dogs love to cuddle, and so do I, so it's perfect.
I love mines too. I always Pepper love kisses. We kiss mouth to mouth. The kids hate it. They'd be like, "Ew, dad," but I always tell them that old saying: "The dog's mouth is 10 times cleaner
Right.
than yours."
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna see how very, very Vegas you are,
Oh,
Shirley.
man.
And it's not a right or wrong answer, just to see trivia, educate the audience on the history of Las Vegas. Now, for this one, what casino in Las Vegas is titled to be the world's largest casino? No, actually, hotel. I'm sorry. So, what hotel in Las Vegas is titled to be the world's largest hotel? And I'm going to give you three options,
Okay.
okay? Would it be the Silver Nugget, the Flamingo, or the Venetian?
Oh, man. I'm gonna say the Venetian.
Oh, okay. That was
Oh,
correct. And I was
yay!
shocked. I was actually shocked. And I get this was compliments of
Okay.
deskguides.com. And the Venetian takes the spot at second largest hotel in the
Mm.
world, while the MGM Grand gets third place. It says, in fact, of the 12 U.S. hotels on the list of 20 biggest hotels in the world, all but one are in Las Vegas. So out of the 12 USA ones, all of them were in Las Vegas, but one, and the Venetian
Oh,
was the
wow.
first. So I didn't even know that.
Wow,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
we're so close too. I gotta come visit more often. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Let me know when you're
Yeah.
here. So, Shirley, I thank you for joining us and letting us know about your super cool business for the dogs. And we'll be getting some treats and that blanket for Chili. Let us know your website and social media handles again before you
Yeah,
head out.
thank you. Our Instagram is at Pawfect Dog Barkery, and our website www.pawfectdogbarkery.com.
All right. So, you guys hear that? Thank you, guys, Shirley. Thank you again. And hope to see you again. Okay. If you guys need anything, you just contact me. You guys have me
Thank
directly.
you so
Okay.
much. It's so great to see you again.
Likewise. Thank you, audience, for being here. I'll see you guys next Friday, and you take care.